Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me this wonderful Sunday morning. It's a pleasure for me to be here to teach you all the wonderful gifts of yoga. My name is Jaskaran Singh Dhillon. I'm a certified Ayurvedic practitioner, yoga teacher, and massage therapist. Today I have a wonderful protocol help to bring about strength in the lower legs and the lower body. This practice is really going to help us to improve the muscular definition within our legs. It's going to help us create even more balance, so it will enable us to perform activities and sports better, and it will really help to build our tone, improve power, stability, and strength, as well as we will learn how to properly stretch out the legs in order to increase our flexibility within them. Before starting this practice, it's important to take proper precautions. If you are feeling uneasy in any of the postures or uncomfortable in any position, feel free to skip out on them on any time. Instead, you can come out into a simple shavasana or a child's pose or any other pose of your liking during that time. It's really important to remain aware of your own body's needs and go according to what feels best for you. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and start here today. So I invite everybody to just close their eyes and come into a cross-legged position. On the mat. And then lengthen from the base of the spine as you sit up nice and tall. Slightly bring the shoulders up to the ears and bring them back down. Gently tuck the chest in and imagine there's a string being pulled from the top of the crown to the ceiling. Take a nice long inhalation in through the nose and exhale out the mouth. Another time in through the nose and exhale out the mouth. And last time, inhale in through the nose. Deep breath in and exhale out the mouth. Return to normal breathing here, in and out from the nose. On the next inhalation, go ahead and bring your hands into prayer position at the chest center level. We'll begin today with our invocation. We will thank that source and energy with which we are able to practice today, giving thanks to whoever is supporting us in our yoga journey. Thank you. And gently opening the eyes, bringing your hands down to your knees. We'll start with a couple of pranayamas today that will be focusing more on the abdomen. The abdomen and the lower legs are connected together and they work hand in hand. So as we tone and strengthen our lower abs, we're also going to be working on our lower body. So we'll start with Kapalabhati, which is going to be the skull shining breath. I'll go ahead and show you how to do it first, and you can observe me as I do it, and then we'll go ahead and do this practice together. So, as we start, we're just going to take a nice passive inhalation in through the nose, and the exhalation, we're going to expel the breath out, gently making a sound from the nose, and we're going to push our navel into our spine as we contract the abdomen in. Then on the next inhale, our abdomen is just going to naturally come back out on the next inhalation. And we're going to repeat this pattern. So I'll go ahead and do 3 Kapalabhatis right now, just to show, and then we can do this practice together. So as you can see, I'm only moving my abdomens here. My stomach is the only muscle that's coming in and out. My shoulders are not tensed up. No other muscle in my body is really being engaged during this practice. It's really just about the abdomen coming in and out. And making that sound out from the nose is that forceful expulsion of breath that's just coming out. So when you're ready, you can feel free to close the eyes, or go ahead and you can open the eyes, whichever feels best to you. And then we can go ahead and start this practice at your own pace. So when you're ready, begin. We'll do one round of 50 Kapalbhati. Keep the eyes closed after the last exhalation, really allowing that breath to fully come out after that last round. Staying here in this gap between our sets, and just feeling how light and clear the pranayama is making us feel. The skull shining breath brings lightness and alertness, brings us clarity from within. So just allow yourself to just relax into this rest. And as the breath comes back into the body, begin to notice how easy it is to breathe from the abdomen, and how long and soft the breaths become. We'll stay here for about 30 seconds as we rest in between the sets. Gently paying attention to our surroundings as well. Perhaps we can hear the birds outside if you have a window open, or perhaps the sound of the air or the refrigerator in your home, whatever it may be. Allow yourself to just stay here in this moment and just pay attention to what's in your surrounding. And gently open the eyes. Bring a small smile to the face. As we head into our second set here, we'll go ahead and do one more round of 50. And remember to keep your inner and outer smile going as you go in and out through the practice today. So go ahead and feel free to close the eyes and begin when you're ready at your own pace. And allowing yourself to exhale out completely after the last round, staying here until the breath comes back in. Gently soften the face and the head and the forehead. Relax the jaw. And pay attention yet again to how you're feeling within your body and your mind. Is there any area that you can focus on right now to where you can bring more relaxation to? Attempt to breathe into that area and expand the heart's love and wisdom into that area as well. And gently, very gently open the eyes. And we're going to go ahead and come into our second pranayama of the day called Agnisar. This is also going to be a great pranayama to help wake up our digestive organs for the day. We're going to go ahead and do this by bringing our hands to our knees. And then just observe here as I go ahead and show you how to do this before we go ahead and do this practice together. So, taking a nice long inhalation as we did as before, we're going to go ahead and draw the breath in to the belly, expanding the belly. And then on the exhale, we're going to expel as much breath as we can out from our whole system, including from our chest and our lungs as well as our belly. And then when we feel like we have gone as far as we can, we're going to hold that pause in between where we're not taking any breath in. So we're going to be holding space for, we're going to hold the space in between the breath, and we're going to go ahead and just gently roll the abdomen in and out about 10 times without taking a breath, and then we will go ahead and take the next breath in. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate how this kind of looks like here first, and then we'll go ahead and do this together. So taking a nice long breath in, and expelling all the air out as much as possible. Okay, so as you can see, it's probably hard to see the abdomen contracting in after the exhalation, after the complete exhalation. So the abdomen's just coming in and out as we're for 10 times without taking a breath in. And then when you have completed that, you can go ahead and take that breath back in through the nose. So we are just going to do this for one time, one round of 10, and that's actually the maximum amount that we should be doing in a day. So don't go more than 10. And we'll go ahead and start when you're ready. You can feel free to keep the eyes open or closed and begin at your own pace. Excellent. Gently open the eyes. We'll get right into our warm-ups for the day before heading into our practice. So we're going to come into a tabletop position here on one side of the mat. Bring your both arms underneath the shoulders, really lengthen and straighten the arms here. On the next inhalation, we're going to just go ahead and bring our head and lower tailbone up and out as to extend our spine. And on the inhale, go ahead and draw the chin into the chest, navel into the spine as you curl and create this hump back. And inhale, go ahead and come back out, drawing the head and the spine away from each other, and exhale, go ahead and draw them back in. Continue to do this in a rhythmic pattern, going with your breath. Last time. Excellent. Go ahead and move your hips over to one side and then to the other. Just gently move the hips to the left and the right. And go ahead and bring your hips into a circle. Gently moving them over to one side and then coming back up. And do the opposite side. Great. And coming back into a neutral tabletop position. On the next inhalation, we're going to raise our right arms, right hand all the way up in front of us. And as we lengthen that, we're going to extend our left leg back here as well. So go ahead and start. Bring both the right arm and the left leg back. And then extend, really flex out the leg. Really feel that strength and support with the rest of the limbs that are staying on the mat. And then slowly go ahead and bring that right arm and leg back. We'll go ahead and do the opposite side here. Bring the left arm up as well as the right leg back. And extend and lengthen here through the spine. And go ahead and bring that left hand and right leg back. We're going to go ahead and do this one other time on the opposite side. Continuing to flex and lengthen. Switching. Coming back. Excellent. We're going to go ahead and come into a slight child's pose here, bringing our hips onto the back of our heels as we roll forward and bring our hands out in front of us, lengthening through the spine, bringing the forehead down to the floor if possible. Just holding this position for a second or so. Excellent. Go ahead and come back up onto tabletop. This time pushing up with the knees and our hips up off the floor. We're going to come into an inverted V, downward dog. See if you can bring your chin into your chest here in this position. Really holding up a nice firm inverted V. Then on the next inhalation, go ahead and pedal out the feet here if you'd like. Excellent. Holding it here for a second or so. And on the next inhale, go ahead and walk your hands walk the feet in between both hands until you come into a nice forward fold. Bring your hands to the opposite elbows and just rock yourself side to side gently. And bring your hands down onto either side of the feet. Slight micro bend here in the knees. And then coming up halfway, bringing your hands onto the kneecaps, looking up ahead. Exhale, go ahead and come all the way down. Really feeling that stretch in our calf muscles here. Exhale out completely. Inhale, go ahead and come up all the way, coming up one vertebrae at a time until you've reached a nice standing position. Bring your hands all the way up to the ceiling in prayer position, and then bring your hands all the way down. Great job. All right, we're gonna go ahead and just come into our last warm-up pose. We're gonna go into frog pose here. So just extending our feet about 3 to 4 feet apart on either side. Go ahead and bring both feet out to a 45-degree angle. And as we bend, almost in a slight squat position, you can go ahead and bring your hands into a prayer position, or if you'd like, you can bring your hands out with both palms facing out. And then we're just gonna gently just pulse here as we come in and out of that slight squat. Just focus on bringing stability into the thighs and our hamstrings. Just gently waking up the muscles of our lower legs. Breathing in and out from the nose. Focus on a point in front of you in order to increase our focus. And go ahead and gently come into that squat. And we're just gonna hold here for about 5 seconds. Excellent. And go ahead and exhale. Come up all the way. And we're gonna go ahead and shake the legs out before heading into our postures for the day. So our first pose is going to be chair pose. Again, coming and bringing the feet out about hip width apart. Feet are both going to be parallel with each other. Coming to the side of the mat. Slight micro bend here in the knees. If you'd like, you can see how you feel. You can bring both feet together here as well, whichever feels more comfortable to you as you slightly come into that knee bend. And then go ahead and the next inhalation, bring your hands up to the ceiling, really lengthening and through the arms, straightening the arms up to the ceiling. Allow your shoulders to relax down. Don't want to bring your shoulders up to your ears. Keep them nice and relaxed. And go ahead and just come down to a slight pose as if we're sitting into a chair. Coming down even deeper. Really lengthen here. And exhale, go ahead and release. Bring yourself back up. We'll come into that pose one more time. Bring ourselves into chair pose. Bring the feet together or apart. Slight micro bend here in the knees. Inhale, go ahead and hands come up to the ceiling. Relax the shoulders down. And imagine as if you're sitting into a chair. And deep breathe here, in and out from the nose. If you'd like, you can pulse up and down here as well slightly. Hold it down. And exhale, come up all the way. Great. Bringing ourselves to one side of the mat, we'll bring our left foot back about 3 to 4 feet apart. Pivot the left foot to a 45-degree angle to the left side wall. Just keep a slight bend here in the knee, the right knee. We're not going to come into a full 90-degree angle, just keeping it a very slight bend. On the next inhalation, we're going to go ahead and draw our hands up either into prayer position, or we have several variations. You can go ahead and bring your hands to opposite elbows behind your back, or you can go ahead and bring both palms together behind you. Whichever feels most comfortable, find that position. Then take a nice long inhalation in here. And on the exhale, we're going to go ahead and bend down, coming down halfway. As we bend from our hips, we're just going to hold this position here for a second or so. Really deep breathing as we stretch out the legs. Excellent. And then bending down even further here into this pose, we're going to bring our right arm down to the inside of our right leg, to the inner part. And on the next inhalation, we're going to bring our left hand and arm all the way up to the ceiling. And we're going to gaze up slightly at that left hand if we can, or as high up as we can on the ceiling. Holding it here for about 10 to 15 seconds. Excellent. Go ahead and relax your left hand back down and bring both hands onto your knee as you come up, gently halfway, and then all the way as you come up into a standing position. This time, bend that right knee at about a 90-degree angle, just so you can see that right big toe. If you want to, you can extend your left leg back even further in order to create that 90-degree angle. When you've got this nice position, I'd like for you to make sure that the weight is evenly distributed on both feet, and especially the weight is being pressed on the outer side of the left foot. When you've got this stability, go ahead and next inhalation, bring your hands to your hips and adjust your hips to the front of your mat. Exhale out. Next inhale, go ahead and bring your hands up to the ceiling. And as we come into Warrior One, we're just going to hold this pose, really bringing our focus to our lower body and holding this position. Again, make sure the shoulders are not coming up to the ears. Really relax here and gaze on a point out in front of you. Allow yourself to breathe here deeply. And exhale, go ahead and release your hands back down. This time, extending our hands out to the left side. We're going to straighten our arms out on either side. And on the next inhalation, go ahead and look past your right fingertips, past your right middle finger, without lowering or bringing your left arm up behind you. Keeping a nice straight line. Gently smile here as we hold Warrior Two. Excellent. Go ahead and release the arms back down and bring your left leg back to meet the right foot. Excellent job. We'll go ahead and switch over onto the other side. Again, bringing your right leg back about 3 to 4 feet apart, creating a 45-degree angle with the right foot as we go ahead and come into that position. Slight micro bend here in the left knee. Very slight. And then perhaps you might want to change your hand variation, either bringing your hands behind your back or into prayer position, either behind you or in front of you, whichever feels best. Take a nice long inhalation in. And on the exhale, go ahead and come down halfway, bringing your hands alongside and along with you, and just holding this position here. Gently go ahead and bring your left arm down to the inner side of the left foot, and bring your right arm up to the ceiling, and slightly gaze up at that right arm. Exhale, go ahead and bring that right arm back down to meet the left. Bring your hands onto your knee and come up gently halfway, then all the way. You can go ahead and bring your right foot back even further as we create now a 90-degree angle here with our left knee, making sure we can still see our left big toe. And then when we've created a solid foundation, especially distributing the weight on both feet and keeping that outer side of the right foot engaged, we'll bring our hands to our hips. Exhale out here completely. Inhale, go ahead and bring your hands up to the ceiling, relaxing the shoulders into warrior one. Gently deep breathe here as we gaze on a point in front of us. Exhale, go ahead and release the hands back down. Turning the torso over to the right side, facing the right side wall. Gently bring your hands into a T, extending the arms out, lengthening them, making sure one arm is not coming out of alignment with the other, coming into a nice, strong, straight line. Go ahead and turn your left head or your head to the left as you gaze outwards, past your left middle finger, and just hold here into this position. Exhale, go ahead and come back out of the pose. Gently bringing your hands down and bringing your feet back in to meet together halfway at your mat. Great job, everybody. We'll go ahead and finish here with Eagle's pose. So we're going to bring our weight onto our right side of the foot, gently bringing that left leg up and off the floor. Now we have the option of either bringing that left leg on top of the right knee, or if you'd like to go even further, you can curl that left leg alongside the right foot and bend down as if you're sitting into a chair. Hands come up into a nice straight position. Then we're going to bring the right arm underneath the left, and we're going to curl the arms around together as well. We're going to hold this position here for about 10 seconds. If you come out of the pose, that's okay. You can come back in. And go ahead and uncurl the arms and the legs to come out of the pose. Gently shake the legs out. And we're going to go ahead and do the opposite side. Bringing and shifting our weight to our left foot. Bringing the right foot up and off the floor. Right foot comes up on top of the left knee. If this is comfortable, you can go ahead and just stay and maintain posture here. Or you can go ahead and curl the right leg behind. When you've gotten your position, go ahead and extend your hands out into a T. And this time the left arm is going to come underneath the right as we bring our palms together. And gently hold this pose as you gaze on the point in front of you for about 10 to 15 seconds. And exhale, uncurl the legs and the arms. And gently come into a nice forward fold to end here. Exhaling out as you come forward. Just letting your arms hang and loosen. You can go ahead and shake your arms out to either side. And then gently come up all the way as you come into standing position. We'll end with Shavasana, coming down onto our mat completely. Perhaps bringing a pillow underneath the head, whichever feels most comfortable. Extending and bringing the arms and legs out to either side. Find a nice comfortable position on your mat. We'll start here by relaxing the major muscle groups of the body, starting by relaxing the forehead, the face, and our neck. Relaxing our upper body, our chest, and our upper back. Relaxing the arms, the wrists, and the hands. Next, our abdomen, as well as the low back, is fully relaxed. Going further down into our pelvis and our hips. Our thigh and our calf muscles. As well as our hamstrings and our shins. And lastly, relaxing our ankles and the feet, as well as the toes. And allowing ourselves to just sink into the mat behind us. Imagining and visualizing as if we're melting, just as butter melts in a pot. Softening and relaxing every single part of our body on the mat behind us. And we'll just stay here in this position for a couple of minutes. Nice and easy. Again, start paying attention to the sounds around you. Notice how comfortable and easy it is to be you here in this moment. Gently breathing in and out from the nose, allowing the abdomen and chest to expand fully on the inhale, and exhale out completely through each exhale. Finding this nice rhythm to your breath. Sense of ease and flow coming with each breath. Gently bring your awareness back to your body as you wiggle the fingers and the toes here. Gently turn over to one side of the mat. And then gently push up with one hand as you come into a seating position, keeping the eyes closed. The next inhale, bring your hands to chest center, prayer position. Thanking that source and energy from which we had started our practice today. Thanking any guides or any of our inner teachers for accompanying us with our yoga journey. Thanking them yet again, being grateful for their presence in our life. And lastly, thanking ourselves for showing up, for bringing ourselves into more love and light in our minds, in our hearts, in our body, and delving and connecting and making that connection with our spirit from within. So thank you so much for joining me this wonderful Sunday. Go ahead and open your eyes. I hope to see you all again next weekend, next Sunday at the same time, 7:30. Until then, I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day and a beautiful rest of your week. Namaste.